Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Bronze Diva in Quick Play. This is PC, but I do wonder if we'll be able to spot the cross players. I'm going to try to mix in a few more Quick Play reviews these days so that we can see a little more what the crossplay looks like. I know you guys have been hungry for that, so we're going to try to do some more. This is PC, Val, but this is Bronze PC. And it's quick play, so we may see some console players in here. PC players don't get to control whether their quick play games contain console or not. Okay, so we've got our Diva. We are set up with Roadhog as our off-tank partner, and we do have a Bastion on our team. Okay. Aim up, aim up. There you go. I can live with that micro. Don't really need that DM at all, though. So, like, I'm good here. Sure. Let's do our damage. Let's do our scouting. Don't need to DM here. I don't see anything that's scary to me. If she's micromissiling back, maybe I use DM. But honestly, I would need to see something scary like a Widow or a Hanzo or an incoming projectile before I'd want to put this DM up. I don't care if she pokes me back with her left click from this distance. It just does not bother me. So now I've wasted DM. I've put DM on cooldown. See, I can't use DM again for a second here. And it didn't really get me anything. And now if something scary appears like a Hanzo that then shoots and immediately storm arrows, I'm going to have to get myself behind this, which could actually take me a second. Could take as long as it would take me to get DM back. So I don't really like that. Being up here was really a scouting maneuver, and I actually wanted to be up here near the doorway where I could tuck, and I also wanted to hold my DM and sort of use my DM and then tuck and let go of it. That's how I wanted to do this. Being up here, I'm not really up here for damage. I'm up here to get scouting information so I can tell my team what their comp is. And again, she's DMing. She's the only one on your screen, and you're reacting by DMing. Your DMing does have to be for a purpose with Diva. It does have to be, I see the projectile coming through the air, or I see someone who's about to peek who could instantly do a bunch of damage, like a Widow, something like that. Or I'm protecting someone who's actively taking damage, like I'm DMing over my Anna or over my Reinhardt, who's actively taking damage. I can see their health going down. We don't just DM because like it feels like it's time to DM. We're DMing because we see the projectiles in the air, or us or the person we're DMing over is actively taking damage. So we see what we're DMing, we know what we're DMing, we're anticipating a specific cooldown, or, we see that person's health going down or our own health going down. We're not just generically DMing here. Or here we are and we shouldn't be. Now you could DM and leave. Good. Again, don't need to DM that. The only one who could follow you that close was Diva. Nope, nope. She's now used her micromissiles. There's nothing to DM anymore. There's nothing to DM anymore. She's used her micromissiles. Unless she's right in your face, she's not doing enough damage to justify DM. I'm going to slow this down again just to talk it through. Nothing worth DMing. She's DMing and you're DMing back, but she can't shoot her left click while she's DMing. She's too far away for you to bother with DMing her left click, and she doesn't have micro missiles, which is the thing you would consider DMing at this range. The other target on your screen is Winston, who also doesn't have a ranged attack, but also doesn't have anything that you can DM. Nothing of Winston's can you DM for value. So we don't want to be DMing right now. We should still have full DM. We don't need to leave. We need to get ourselves potentially to line of sight. Getting back here where the sign isn't blocking you from your team could be helpful because you'd like your Anna to be able to see you. But we don't need to actually leave yet. Battle of the DMs. Ah.
Routing power to forward shield. This will improve your condition. Get through this.
Okay. What's it gonna be? It's not an amazing micro. Sure, drive it back. You don't really want to spend a bunch of time breaking that barrier as Baby Diva. You want to get out of Baby Diva as quickly as possible, which means shooting Winston if he's available is fine. Big targets that give ult charge is fine, but we don't want to spend time breaking barriers. Even if we do pretty okay damage, we need to get out of Baby Diva form as quickly as possible. Yeah. I think bronze players press the button because they think they are getting more value than taking cover waiting. The Rhino press charge each time they're low. Okay, I can see that. That Rhine isn't just in bronze. Oh. You're referring to the Rhine that Val's talking about, not a Ryan in this match. I'm like, did we find a crossplay? But no. Okay. Okay, that Winston's punishable. So that Winston just made himself vulnerable. He just jumped up there, which means he doesn't have his jump. So if you booster up here and get close to him, he now has to drop because he's already used his jump. He can't jump away from you. He has to drop and give up the high ground. And if he just tries to fight you, you'll beat him. And it's kind of hard for his teammates to support him. Like, they can use their own cooldowns to get up here, maybe use mines to get up here. But then that's making them spend stuff to get up here. And you're fine with that. So anytime you see Winston leap and put himself in a spot where he's sort of alone, you want to think about, do I want to go challenge him? Because he's someone that you can fight pretty well in a one-on-one. Now you should totally jump on that Junkrat. You just saw that he wasted a mine. He's half health, and you know that because you did some of the damage. Use your boosters, get on top of him, and eliminate him. Okay, block out the soldier. That soldier's about to be pinned between you and the DPS. So you boost up there to make sure he can't get out. Please go. Okay, fine. Maybe the player needs to know the difference between off and main tank. Maybe. I don't really mind that they pick Devo when the other tank picked Hog. Like, again, it's quick play. It's even more, this is just a place to get practice than competitive is. Again, that Winston is very punishable. Please punish that Winston. Your Widow should not have gotten eliminated there. I know the Winston's deep, but like, you should immediately use your boosters. So Diva, you are the peeling queen. You're like, nope, can't mess with me, can't mess with my teammates, can't mess with my teammates. Between defense matrix and boosters and a big health pool with armor, you're very good at peel. Against Winston, you boost up into his face to knock him back after he's used his mobility, and he gets knocked away from the target that he has to stay in range of to zap, and that helps protect your teammate here. Against someone like Junkrat, you can go, oh, hey, I stick DM in your face, and you can't shoot at my teammates. Against someone like Soldier, oh, hey, I get in your way and my body is in your way and you can't shoot at my teammates. Plus, I can DM type thing. Plus, I have my boosters to get into that range. But between your boosters, your big health pool and mobility, and your DM, you are great at peeling, and your Widow should not go down to a lone Winston here. You should 100% be able to prevent this, and the only reason that you might not prevent this is because you're instead going, hey, I'm going to deal with this threat here. I'm going to not let this soldier have this angle on my team to shoot my Widow in the back, to shoot my team from this angle. Like, there are two very good things that you could do right now. You could be like, I'm going to block out this, or I'm going to block out this, and my Ana can heal me while I'm doing either one of these things. I won't need it for challenging the Winston, but either of those are totally fine, and I'd be perfectly happy with you doing either of these things. Note that they're both on the high ground, a place that you can get to. I'm not okay with you being on the low ground and being like mid-range diva shooting support. Oh, right, quick play. Yep. Yashmin has another question. Is it ever worth flashing DM over Widow in a Widow 1v1 if there's nothing else you can do? It can be, yeah. I can't predict see the shots, but there's a chance it'll help, right? Why make it a chance that it can help? You can greedily tell her to peek. You can say, greed peek, DMing peak, something like that. DMing next peak, something like that. And she can greet a peak. It can be like, hey, there's two Widows having a peaking battle, maybe between, I don't know. There's two Widows greeting a peak battle between here and here. I'm just picking a relatively long sight line. This isn't actually where they take their battles. And you go, hey, I'll DM it. So you're standing right here, or you're standing back here. I don't care which. And then when she peeks, you hard hold the DM. Or she peeks, takes her shot, and then you hard hold the DM so that she can stay and take the second shot rather than be worried about the counter shot from the Widow. Like, you can absolutely do those, but I'd communicate them. I wouldn't just do them, because she does need to know that she's going to get them and that you're going to hold long enough for a second or third shot, as opposed to just, well, I just randomly was DM. Like, there's a lot of value out of invulnerability peaking and knowing you have it, and there's a lot less value out of, well, maybe this will just randomly help. I think the bigger problem with this D.Va player is he is reacting to the other team rather than making his own plans. I disagree. As D.Va, you can be quite reactive to the other team, but I need him to react to one of the things that the other team has done. Like, you can play a defensive D.Va and be very, I'm going to shut down this play. I'm going to shut down this play. You can hold your boosters. Your boosters can be your reaction effectively. Like, you having boosters allows you to react to things that the other team are doing, but I need this D.Va to actually pick and react to one of them. Or pick and react to the soldier that was over here earlier. Or pick and react to the Junkrat that got too aggressive. Or is it a waste of DM? Thanks. Yeah, I think we covered that. Okay. No, I don't want a mid-range poke. I wanted to boop that Winston away, or I wanted to get on top of this soldier. Now I probably want to get on top of this soldier because that Winston is harmless, but if there was a bigger threat on our deep bastion, I might jump to protect our bastion. Yeah, please go deal with the soldier. So he's going to try to retreat now, so you want to boost up this way to sort of block off his exit. You want to boost up this way and scoop him back in. You know, hit the boot from this side, or just put yourself right here and sort of hard wall so that he can't walk through. No, not this way. Okay. That was not as good as going the other way, but we got him. You don't need to poke. Stack with your hog so that Moira can heal both of you. Or don't. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Okay, so you can right-click Moira orbs. I assume that was the opposing Moira orb? Yeah. Cool. In his face. Good. Good reaction there. Less a fan of that, but okay. No. With your micro missiles, you either micro when people are pretty far away, so you don't expect the fight to get real, like right now, so those would be poke micro missiles, or you jump into someone in micro missile. So ranged micro missiles should really be happening when you're like pretty confident that the fight's not going to turn real, you're not going to be able to do something. To Roadhog, this fight is real, but to you, kind of meh. In truth, what you do right now is you dive those guys and you'd pin them between you and Roadhog. But like, this is a distance where you could conceivably poke micro missile. You wouldn't poke micro missile though when someone is like at cover immediately, because micro missile takes a while to get its damage out there, and it's just not worth. Okay. You can predict where she's going to unmac. Your crosshair could have already been there. I'd like you to free set on high ground here, but not happening. When you shoot into that Sigma orb in front of his hand, you're actually giving him health unless he gets stunned. So we try to hold our shots there. Leave. I don't want to fight this. There's like 4 people there. I don't want to shoot into this. I'm not even doing good damage at this range. Use your boosters and go up here and leave.
To raise my APM. No power down. Get in there. I am unstoppable.
Unfortunate. You can dive. You had that Sigma got close enough for you to dive him, and you had a good half, 3/4 of your nano left. Yeah, you're not a mid-range player as D.Va. Like, they're all better than you at this. The Junkrat's better than you at this range, the Sigma's better than you at this range, even the Mei's better than you at this range. Like, not really a mid-range hero. If you want to bother these guys, you use your boosters and you go up here and you sort of shoot them in the head from above. Threaten to shoot them in the head from above over here. Like, this is what you do. You could, in theory, play here. You could try to hide behind the card and then you use your boosters to jump on someone to go over here, whatever. But we're not going to like take the mid-range battle, just constantly left-clicking and waiting for our micro missiles to come up. That's not going to be in our favor. Yeah, not gonna work.
Out.
30 seconds remaining. Surrender to my will.
Separate. He won't be willing to tire you. Yeah. Ooh.
10 seconds.
Oh no. Oh no.
Suiting up. Now I'll show them.
Okay.
Get through this.
Okay. Okay.
Victory.
That's fine.
Now I'll show them.
So first things first, it looks like the majority of pretty much the only thing you're willing to use boosters for, even though you're using them right now differently, for most of this match, the only thing you were willing to use boosters for was as an escape for you. Using boosters as an escape for you is valid, but boosters is a really short cooldown, and we have to use it for more than just as an escape. That's pretty important. Boosters are the thing that give us the extreme flexibility, or they're a lot of what gives us the extreme flexibility to solve a lot of different problems. Not all at once, but to potentially solve a lot of different problems for our team. So we can use our boosters to jump on someone that is out of position and vulnerable, like that Junkrat we talked about. We can use our boosters to go up here and temporarily deal with, sort of tape over a threat, like a soldier on high ground. That's a threat to our team, and we can use our boosters to go up there and fight him. And even if we're losing, we can drop and save our mech and get healed back up and then go back up. But while we're up here fighting, while we're in his face, he can't shoot our team, and our team desperately needs that. So like hit scan on high ground that are alone are something that we want to try to go deal with our boosters. People who get separated from the opposing team are something that we want to think about dealing with our boosters. Winstons who go who go use their own mobility, or who jump on people like our teammates, Widows, Soldiers, McCrees, Anna, Zens, are something we want to think about using our booster to get to respond to, and even to knock away with our booster. So we want to think of our booster not just as an escape tool for us, but as like D.Va is rapid response unit. D.Va is the I show up. D.Va is the rapid response unit to solve problems. So you got to be paying attention, watching for those problems. D.Va isn't like, oh, I have to play her super close range as a brawler all the time, though we're going to get to that because you have a range issue with her too. She is, however, I have my boosters. She positions in a way where she has her boosters, and she can react to one of multiple problems, whichever she thinks is the most important or is most necessary for her. So you want to think of D.Va as like, I'm going to go plug the hole. I'm going to go fix the problem for our team. Where are we weak? I'm going to go fix that. She's very flexible, but you have to actually use her boosters to take advantage of that. Her boosters can be used to escape, but that is not their only or even their prime purpose. It's a very short cooldown. It's 4 seconds, and it's 4 seconds from when you stop using them. So if you cancel them early, you can start that 4-second timer faster and be ready for your next boosters if they're necessary. So please adjust your booster usage. And I'm going to want you to work on this, and I'm going to want you to work on this with like 15% of your brain power on making sure you're thinking about, are there places I can go plug the hole, solve the problem with D.Va? Are there ways that I can do that? And I hope the answer is yes, because you're going to be watching for them. And I gave you examples throughout this match here. So that's the first thing I want you to do. Really think of, I'm using my boosters as the rapid response unit to go help fix problems where I can make the difference. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to understand she's not actually a mid-range hero. She might play somewhere like here, not really, but she might play somewhere like here so that she can respond to a bunch of different options, but then she's going to go use her boosters to respond to that option. She's not actually going to try to take a poke battle at this distance. All she's got is her micro missiles, and then once her micro missiles are over, okay, well, I can DM to protect my teammates, but she's not actually like that amazing sustaining in a ranged battle. So instead what you do is you position yourself like above, where you get to shoot them with lots of headshots, and they have to walk through, and that's annoying, and they don't like that. Above, where they have to walk through and you hit them with lots of headshots, and you have cover against them until you can hit them with a lot of headshots. So you like that and they don't. Or hey, their McCree, your soldier, comes out here and you're already standing right here, and they go, oh, I don't particularly like that. The giant pink robot is already here to block me, to mess with me, to not let me get value for 2 seconds of DM plus their health, etc. So like, that's a good thing. And then you still have the ability to boost across type thing. Like, that's what we want. We're not actually looking to take these range battles. We're looking to position ourselves either at high ground or at like off angles, where it's like, hey, I'm protected by the cover against the team, but if the team walks in, I can shoot them in the side. And then they have to pick between turning the corner and shooting at me, or continuing to walk at my teammates over here, and I get to shoot them in the side. Or I get to use my boosters to boop on through and knock some of them back as the first person continues forward type thing. That's what we want to do. We don't want just infinite long-range fights. You can do some long-range stuff like you did here, but you're primarily doing it for scouting, not because you're actually effective. People like Sigma, Junkrat, Soldier, those are all better than you at this range. You're just abusing the fact that you have DM to scout. That's really what you're doing. Because once you've used micro missiles, you don't have much that matters at all at range, other than protecting your teammates with DM who do have good range, like protecting a Bastion, protecting a Widow, etc. So those are the two things I want you to work on with your Diva. That's probably going to fundamentally change your understanding of Diva, but I want you to work on those things one at a time with like 5 to 15% of your brain power. Work them through until you've actually adjusted at like an automatic level as part of your autopilot how you play her. And don't try to work on like 6 heroes at once. I saw that you had a thread recently where you asked for and got some Mercy reviews, and now you have a Diva one. Don't try to work on too many heroes at once. Really do work through, just like I want you working through one habit at a time to make it a habit to play the hero correctly in your autopilot. I'd also only want you working on one hero at a time when you can. You might eventually get to the point where you're working on maybe 2 or 3 heroes at a time because you have one hero that you're really working on, but a couple other heroes that you're pretty good at that you sort of go, well, I know that I play Diva, but, you know, Diva's taken, and I also play some Reinhardt, for example, as my second hero. So maybe you're also working a little on your Reinhardt, but you're really working on your Diva, and you're just filling because Diva's taken type thing. That is fine. But mostly, one habit, one hero. Habit's done? Cool. Let me work on the second habit. That's done? Cool. Third habit. That's done? Cool. Oh, my Diva's quite a bit better than it was. Maybe now I want to work on another hero. Fine. Now we'll work on a habit for that hero. And that hero. I'm bored, I want to go back to Diva? Cool, let's do that. This hero's taken, so I have to play Diva? No problem. It's kind of a junk game for you, but no problem. That's how you want to do this. Okay, if you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that. If you have questions or would like to if you have questions, throw them up in chat now, and I'll do my best to address those. Or if you'd like to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff. Okay, let's take a look here, and we will do another one after this, guys. Might be a review, might be something else, but I'll do another video within 5 minutes of when this one ends. Yeshman, wasted DM. And remember, if it doesn't say micro missiles, it's not the real thing. Baby Diva is better at that range than Diva. That is true. Yes, Baby Diva is better at that range than Diva. Though Baby Diva would still like a cover, and Baby Diva would not like to shoot at bears if she can avoid it, because Baby Diva would like to get her mech back very quickly. Very quickly. Baby Diva is a very vulnerable hero. Okay, I'll give you guys another moment for questions. Just stalling for time here to check on your questions, but I think we are probably good to go here. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.